to see you.
So good to see you
Have
too.
a seat. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You know, I was really excited to hear that you're going to be a part of this Power of One with me today because with our management class, we worked really well together. So thank you for coming. I'm super excited to work with you today.
Oh my gosh, of course. I'm so excited to work with you too, and so excited to tell our Hamline community more about why they should support the Hamline School of Business through Power of One Day.
Exactly. So come on along. So let's talk a little bit more to our community and share some insight. You know, what was it like being a student for you? What did you really take away from it?
Yeah, so I graduated from Hamline in 2017 with my undergraduate degree. And then I came back in 2021 for my master's degree. And there's a lot of things about Hamline that make me super proud. I think some of the main things that I'm very proud of when I talk about Hamline as my alma mater is the ability of the university to raise people in socioeconomic status. Hamline has a big focus on first generation students and students from underprivileged backgrounds. And I think that's definitely something that I've experienced, is that my kids are going to grow up so different than I did even. And I credit a lot of that to my time here and the connections that I made here, the scholarships that I got that allowed me to go to Hamline in the first place. Huge. I wouldn't be here today without all of that. How about you?
Oh yeah, I can second that. I mean, coming from a family where, you know, financial aid was a topic that we didn't talk about, and so scholarships and grants, all of that is extremely important to my education and why I'm here. And even putting that aside, like I've just found so much value in the Hamline community. I mean, just being in this space, like I could point out 10 people in this room that I've had such a close connection with, and those are just my peers. You know, it goes beyond that too. You know, the faculty have such a strong network, especially within the School of Business, and so that's how I connected with you, you know, through our management course. And there's just so many resources, so many connections that I wouldn't be where I am today without Hamline. And, you know, it sounds cheesy, but I've really been able to be comfortable and confident in myself. If I talked with my first year self, I think they would have thought I was a completely different person. So Hamline has really shaped me into who I am today, and I'm extremely proud to, you know, be where I am.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, and I'm so glad that we got to connect in your management class. I think that that's one of the things that's really special about Hamline is this super supportive community, and I think on Power of One Day we get to come together as one Hamline, as one community, and that's huge. And for me personally, it's had such an impact on me to be able to be a student here. I wouldn't have the job I have today. The community here at Hamline connected me to my job. Without people who give on Power of One Day, I wouldn't have even been able to end up here in the first place, because I got scholarships and grants and all of the support that I needed to really make things possible while I was here.
And I think that's a great reminder, is that, you know, you touched on community a little bit too, and that yes, this is one day, but we are doing Power of One every single day. You know, we are living that experience regardless if you're a student or an alumni. You know, we have that connection no matter if we're still physically here in this space. And so I think that's extremely impactful that, you know, our community gets to have a part in too.
Absolutely, for sure.
So I would love to take a look at East Hall again. It must have been a little bit since
It's
you've been
been a
there.
while,
So
yeah.
let's take a look.
Awesome, let's go. Well, it's so great to be back here in East Hall. I think I mentioned this is where I did a lot of my master's classes. Spent a lot of time in this room right here. My spot used to be over there. But, you know, being here on campus today, I think it's reminded me a lot of Hamline's history. I think one thing that's a super big pride point for me as a woman in STEM is that Hamline, some of their first graduates were women at a time when women weren't really graduating from college. So it's something, empowerment, female empowerment has been in our history forever, which is great. Another thing I think of too is just the do all the good you can, John Wesley quote, that Hamline lives by, and it's something that truly attracted me to the college. My husband as well, fellow Piper, we met here. And I think that it's something that we try to incorporate into our marriage every single day and the way that we live our lives. And it's why I give back my time and volunteer and get to meet awesome students like you.
I think that's great that you talk about do all the good that you can, because I also have that same mindset. You know, one of my extracurriculars is a new student mentor where we do orientation and provide this really immersive experience for brand new Hamline students to kind of transition into Hamline. And so having that approach is so impactful because I get to see these students grow and become the person that they have always wanted to become, or maybe even the person they didn't expect to become. Mm-hmm. And so doing this role for 3 years has really shown me the impact that Hamline has on every single person. And so I think that's so incredible. It's so fulfilling.
Totally. I love that you talk about your experience as a new student mentor. It's another thing that you and I have in common, is that I was a new student mentor during my time here at Hamline. It's actually where I got to know some of my closest friends and my husband. That's where we really got to bond over just watching students flourish and supporting folks. It's like I said, such a great soft landing place in that first year program. And there's so much community here. Mm-hmm. Just, sitting in the School of Business, I think we walked in, we know the people in the office here. Faculty has been such a big part of both of our experiences here at Hamline through the School of Business, and has really, I think, catapulted me in my career and will catapult you in your career too. So we're asking today on Power of One Day that we support our Hamline community here by donating to the Hamline School of Business, to the unrestricted fund, to support students, like Emily and students that will come after her.
Exactly. And so we so strongly encourage you to donate today because of students like me who wouldn't be where we are without you. So please donate today to the Hamline School of Business Unrestricted Fund.
We are Power of One.